Ayo, this woman right here was too stunned to speak. In fact, a whole football club, a whole football community was shook, was wowed. Like, it was literally like, how do we go from to like, ah, okay, all right. I'm still quite just a little bit bothered by it, but we'll get into that later on in the video because it's the main event for today. That's what's cooking. But anyways, let's just go. Let's just go to the PowerPoint. I'm back with my PowerPoint. All right, the Champions League draw. Utter shambles, utter embarrassment. Like, it's not embarrassing only for UEFA, but it's also embarrassing for some of us who thought we were gonna go to Portugal. But did we go to Portugal?
Nope.
Are we going to Portugal?
Nope.
No, we're gonna go to France, the city of love. Oui, Eiffel Tower. Well, guess what? PSG versus Real Madrid has nothing romantic. It's nothing nice. Nothing all sweet and like, ooh, for Real Madrid, for us. Nothing at all. Nah. But anyways, I'll leave my rant for the main event because PSG versus Real Madrid, I feel like it's one of the biggest matches that is about to happen. But yes, like, please, this is just not a Real Madrid rant. In case you're not a Real Madrid fan, I promise you it's not a rant. It's not a rant. Don't leave. Thank you. So what's on today's menu? What's cooking for today? Well, I'll tell you. We're going to talk about the round of 16 draw, which teams are facing who, and I'm going to give you a little prediction of who I think would advance to the quarterfinals. If the matches were happening in December. So I'm going to be basing this on current form because anything could happen between now and February. So the whole February prediction will happen closer to the time. But for now, I'm just going to, quick, brief, talk about it because really, with most teams, they got really easy teams, so there's no need to elaborate because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's like saying Bayern Munich versus Norwich. Why do I need to explain that Bayern Munich is gonna win should they face Norwich? It's those type of matches that happened. But anyways, and then we're gonna talk about PSG versus Real Madrid because again, one of the biggest matches. A lot of storylines going into that match and a whole lot of rivalry, a whole lot of unfairness, a whole lot of Super League. Yeah, remember, it was quite ironic, isn't it? Because I was, okay, for me as a fan, I was like, okay, we got Benfica. So it was a thing, like I just said, and then no, PSG, wah. And it's like, what? If it had been PSG from the beginning, then maybe I would have not been that upset as a fan. But for the club, like, maybe like Florentino Perez over there, like, he wanted the Super League, he wanted big teams going against each other week in, week out, and then now you got PSG versus Real Madrid, a Super League type of match, and then it's all like, but we didn't ask for this, we don't want this, what is this, we want the Benfica. So, hypocrite behavior in my books. But still, like, really, but it's gonna be a fun match. I can't wait for it. And also, gonna conclude this video, and that is the menu for today. What are you ordering?
What?
No, that makes no sense. But anyways, let's go into the round of 16 draws. Let's talk about it and refresh the memory. Alright, so we're gonna start with the current UEFA Champions League title holders in Chelsea. Yes, please never mind the pixelated pictures. Maybe it is 2005, who knows? It is what it is. But yes, we have Chelsea and they drew LOSC. And honestly, I think it might be, I want to say it's going to be a breeze, It might be, but it might not be. But I think, despite Chelsea right now, we used to praise them for their defensive, their defensive structure and their defensive, they are example. If you want to see what a real defense looks like, look over there, Thomas Tuchel's team, because they are a prime example of how defensive work should be done. But I don't know what's happening. I really don't know. But still, if Lille and Chelsea were to face each other currently, unfortunately, I think that Chelsea would come up on top and Chelsea would advance to the quarterfinals because, I mean, quality again is just a little bit greater than of Lille. So Chelsea over here got very, very, very lucky. Moving on to the next draw that happened, you had Sporting, and Sporting, who did they get? Oh, wait, yeah, Manchester City, the easiest draw for City. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Because guess what? City are gonna do their thing, City are gonna demolish Sporting, and City are gonna get the win, and they're gonna go on to the quarterfinals and probably choke it up when they are like at the finals or near the finals or something. But again, lucky draw for City. I don't really need to like explain why City are winning against Sporting, but they will. And then we move on to Red Bull Salzburg. When they played them against Bayern freaking Munich, I laughed. And it wasn't like laugh of like joy. It was, when something is gonna be painful or something is painful and you don't know what to do but to just laugh. It was that kind of laugh. I feel bad for Salzburg. I feel bad for what's gonna come, and I just think that an experienced and powerful and a machine of Bayern Munich as a team are gonna rip apart our Red Bull Salzburg because they mostly like a team of youngsters. But what I can say for Salzburg is they should just go out there, give it their all, play like they have nothing to lose, show the world what they made of, leave a mark, and go out, where you are respected rather than to just, go out like, that was so easy for Byron, just, fight. That's all I can say. But I mean, really, this is an easy win for Bayern Munich, and there's literally just a 0.1% that Salzburg can literally pull out an upset, but it's not gonna happen. So again, Bayern got very, very lucky with this one, and I'm sure they're smiling that they got Salzburg and not Atletico de Madrid because that would have been more of a challenge to them. I'm also wondering what Nagelsmann is going to do. He's going to play the first team. Is he going to mix up things? He's going to play the youngsters. It's going to be interesting to see. But hey, either way, Bayern is going through. We move on to one that has history. Simeone's team, Atletico de Madrid, against Ronaldo and Manchester United. We all know he loves his team. He loves scoring against his team. He loves breaking Atletico de Madrid's fans and Simeone and players' hearts. It's just what he does. So again, interesting matchup for him to go back to Spain and to face Atleti. But the million-dollar question here is, in their current form, who would go through? For me, it was quite difficult. You have United on the one hand. You have Atletico de Madrid on the one hand. Right now, I think they're both not far off in terms of like form and quality as we speak. They both almost equals, right? You have Atletico de Madrid. They are an unpredictable team. You don't know what to expect when you get them. And that could be a bad thing because you don't know what to expect, meaning they can play against themselves, or you don't know what to expect and they can play for themselves and get themselves a win. You can get Atletico de Madrid that played in the derby against Real Madrid. You can get that type of Atleti, and then Manchester United will be guaranteed a win. But if you get Atleti that fought to come to the round of 16, if you get Atleti that played against Porto, that pushes, that fights, that kicks, that wrestles, then I think Manchester United have a huge problem on their hands. They could start, losing a bit of confidence. They could start panicking a bit. They could start losing the plot a bit. And I think that's where Atleti can pounce. And Atleti can pull off an upset for Cristiano Ronaldo in Manchester United. And you could see Atletico de Madrid advancing. But on the other hand, you have Manchester United, you have Ronaldo who just switches on at any moment. You could score that one goal, those two goals that gets Manchester United through. De Gea, yes, De Gea. We have De Gea, who's literally stopping Manchester United from conceding millions and millions and millions of goals. He's just been so superb. Like, he literally went back to his prime and he's doing amazing. And with both teams, they both enjoy sitting back and pouncing on the counter attack. So who's going to be taking control of the game? Are they both going to be staring at each other like, oh no, you get the ball. Oh no, you get the ball. No, go. And then both waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. So I really, really do not know. But if I were to pick one, I would go for Atletico de Madrid to go through to the quarterfinals. Because I think in the UCL, despite their struggles in La Liga just a little bit, I think in the UCL, Simeone might get the WWE side of the team to show up on the pitch. And I think that might be a little bit too much for Manchester United. So therefore, I'm leaning slightly, and I say that with emphasis, slightly towards Atletico de Madrid to take the win and advance to the quarterfinals. The next draw that happened was Inter Milan against Liverpool. You know, it's not too easy for Liverpool and it's also not too hard. I'm also quite excited for this because Inter is also a solid, interesting and entertaining team to watch. They're currently killing it in Serie A. Obviously, Liverpool has also been on a hot streak, wildfire, for a while now, but I think in the end it's going to be a little bit too much for Inter and Liverpool are going to get the win. And then we move on to Unai Emery, Villarreal, who got paired against the one and only Max Allegri and Juventus. Initially, Villarreal got Manchester City, so they dodged a bit of a bullet over there by getting Juventus. And I say they dodged a bullet because current form, again, they are quite equals as well. Juventus is doing very crappy in Serie A. They managed to pull it through for the Champions League group stages. Again, Villarreal also really not very impressive in La Liga. And they also managed to get here to the round of 16. So for the both of them, it's sad to say, but Juventus are on par with Villarreal. They literally got a perfect 50-50 match, and it's going to be anyone's game, and it's going to be whoever just turns up on the two ties that will get through to the quarterfinals. But if I were to pick one of the two, I am so sorry, Villarreal, but I am just going to go for Juventus because I think that quality-wise, they are just a little bit better. And then we have Benfica, the team that was taken away from us, the team that was kidnapped from us, the team that was kidnapped from us. It was ripped off away from us. A trip to Portugal became a trip to France, and we do not appreciate it. But it's fine. Benfica got Ajax, and unfortunately, I feel like Benfica are still at a disadvantage with Ajax, and I think Ajax are a little bit better in quality, and Ajax would go through in the quarterfinals should they face them now, or even in February. So Ajax, Sebastian Haller. But yes, Ajax for the win. And then we move on to the main event. The main event, Paris Saint-Germain against Real Madrid. Before, we know a lot of storylines. Not a lot, but quite a few of former Real Madrid players in Paris Saint-Germain. We have, a certain someone that, is in love with Real Madrid ever since his childhood days. I am gonna first tell you who I think is gonna go through, and then I'll explain later. So between these two, I think over the two ties, Real Madrid are gonna be the team to get the better of PSG, and Real Madrid are gonna get through. Yeah. Speaking on current form, I think Real Madrid would knock Paris Saint-Germain out. All right. Why do I think Real Madrid is gonna win? Okay. Firstly, I just wanna say the connection. The magic, the chemistry between Karim the Dream and Vinicius Jr. is elite. Really, Karim, he scores goals, he assists, he goes back to the midfield, he defends, do I need to go on about how Karim is an amazing number 9 and is an amazing asset in Real Madrid or for Real Madrid. And then you have Vinicius, the boy got some confidence now. He's fast, he dribbles, he scores, he assists. He's literally just unstoppable at the moment. And then, can I speak about the legendary midfield trio? Casemiro, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric. I could literally write a book that has 50 editions about this midfield. I mean, Toni Kroos and Modric, great passing, great vision. Like, they could literally provide assists. They can also score goals from long distance. Modric can dribble people left, right, and center. He even defends on a good day. You know, he does that. That's his team. Don't get me started on Casemiro. Casemiro is Casemiro. He will tackle. He will defend. He will do what Casemiro does as a CDM. Like, it's literally an endless amount of compliments and things I could say about this midfield. And then there at the back, you have Alaba, the new number 4, and Militao. These two are finally locked and loaded, and they are literally doing the most there at the back. They are literally working together, and it's amazing. And I want to go back to the midfield trio. A lot of people say that it's aging, it's tired. Well, guess what? They're aging like fine wine, and fine wine ages beautifully in my books. And I know I forgot to do this, but I'm remembering this now. Thibaut Courtois has been a whole brick wall for Real Madrid. He's literally like Thibaut Courtois from Chelsea at the moment. The man is unstoppable. The man is literally doing great goalkeeper things. One of the very best in the world right now. And I gotta applaud him. But let's talk about PSG anyways. PSG, we have Kylian Mbappe. Like I said, his dream club. Is he gonna still sign the contract in Jan? Is he still gonna be interested in coming towards the good side? I hope that does not affect that. And again, Kylian is a great talent. He's super fast, great dribbling, nice shooting, scoring goals, you know, type of person. And yeah, but we, like I mentioned, our defense is solid, our goalkeeper solid. Don't even get me started on my captain, Mr. Sergio Ramos. Imagine him coming back to the Santiago Bernabeu playing against us. No, that's why I need him to not be fit when February comes, because I don't want to see him play against us. It's too soon, and I don't want to see it happening anytime soon. It's just weird, and the fact that he will be on the same team with Messi as well, trying to win against Real Madrid, that is just a whole lot of weird, and I don't need that kind of weirdness in my life. And then Verratti has a special place in my heart, because, you know, Italy was like that team I was cheering on in the Euros, and Verratti really brings a lot to the midfield, and I think he also does the same for PSG. When he's not there, things are a little bit like, you know, very questionable. And then Marquinhos as well, a very good defender for PSG. So, but like the thing is with PSG, like they look very unorganized, unstructured. They don't know who they are. It's a bunch of individuals. I repeat, a bunch of individuals in this team that can't get it together. You have the attacking players, also Di Maria, interesting player as well, great amount of talent. But yes, front players not wanting to come back to defend. Sometimes in midfield looking a bit all over the place. It's just it's a lot going on at PSG, and not in a good way. And I mentioned former Real Madrid players. We have Keylor Navas, Di Maria, Hakimi even. So, but like I said, in the end, I'm going for Real Madrid, much more structured. They've been here before. They know what they're doing. They know who they are. A whole lot of experience, a whole lot of like confidence going into it. So I take Real Madrid any day of the week. And that is the end. How do you feel about the draw, the outcome? Do you think it could have been better? Did your team get a nice opponent for the round of 16? Let me know. And yes.